Hello everyone, let's multiply and divide with negative numbers. Now, in a minute you'll try some questions yourself first, but first of all, remember these rules that I've highlighted here. When you're multiplying and dividing with negative numbers, you need to remember these things here. If you're multiplying, here's the rules. So a positive times a positive will give you a positive. The signs are different, so these two cases here, you'll end up with a negative, but if the signs are both negative, you'll end up with a positive. Now, this only applies for multiplication and division. So same way over here with division. So positive times positive is a positive. Sorry, positive divided by positive is a positive. Negative divided by negative still gives a positive. They are both the same each time. You end up with a positive. Now, that only applies for multiplication and division. So with these questions, here they are. Pause the screen, try them, and see how you go. So pause it, give it a go. So here we go. Let's do the answers. 16 divided by -2. Now, we just do it as normal. 16 divided by 2 is 8, but because one of them is a negative, the answer is -8. Next one, 3 times -4. Now, we multiply as normal. 3 4s are 12, but because one of them is a negative, the answer is a negative. Next one, 6 by 5, that's 30. Just do it as normal. Now, it's a negative times a negative. See, a negative times a negative. They're both negatives, so it's a plus 30, but we don't need to write the plus 30. We don't want to. Next one, -20 divided by -10. Just divide as normal. 20 divided by 10 will 2. But it's a negative divided by a negative, which is will give us a positive 2. As I said, you don't need to write the 2. So next one, 6 7s are 42. Just as we do always, it's a positive times a positive. Now this one is 22 divided by 11. So that means when you have a fraction bar like that, that means divided by. So just make sure you realize that. So what's 22 divided by 11? As normal, how many 11s going to 22? 2. Next one, -8 times 4. So we are timesing. 8 4s are 32, and because one of them is a negative, it's a -32. Now, I didn't give you a chance to do this one, so have a look now. Have a think. Pause the screen pause it if you need to think about this one, and give it a go. So I'm going to do this one in pieces. I'm going to start by basically doing this bit first. So it's -2 times -5. That is 2 5s are 10, but because it's a negative times a negative, it's positive 10. So the question becomes 10 times -4. Now I have 10 times -4. 10 4s are 40, but because one of them is a negative, the answer is -40. Hope you went well.